So you may have heard something or another about this newfangled iPhone 5 gizmo. There's nothing specific about the iPhone 5 that I can point to as the reason the iPhone 5 scares me. Frankly, all of its new features seem pretty cool. It's just that the iPhone is another reminder of how fast technology is changing these days. For any individual iPhone user, will upgrading from 3G to LTE dramatically change their life? No. But when you take it in aggregate, all of the seconds that will be saved when all the tens of millions of iPhone users all around the world are checking their email or downloading an app or whatever, all those seconds saved, that probably adds up to a couple millennia every day. We are living through a period of big changes, but these changes aren't happening to us individually. They're happening around us collectively. So we're not in control of the way that this new technology is changing our lives. It's just kind of running its course, and we're forced to take it all in. My fear is that in a future with an even more rapid rate of change, that we will find ourselves in a state of constant, exhausting adjustment to the present moment. I worry that the present moment will always be such new, uncharted territory that we will expend all of our mental energy in simply adjusting to it and won't have any mental energy left over to think much beyond next Tuesday. And let me give you an example of why I think it's important that we always be able to think past next Tuesday. This, boys and girls, is a bust of my face that was scanned into 3D rendering software with a hacked Xbox Kinect and printed with a 3D printer. Now, this was printed with a very early, circa 2011 or so version of 3D printing technology, but to give you an idea of where this technology is headed, Jay Leno has something to show you.
It feeds it in like fishing line into a nozzle, and the nozzle has a very high temperature that can be turned on and off. And it actually moves it like a CNC machine. It moves the head around, and as it moves the head around, it deposits plastic wherever it is told by the computer program.
I mean, we stuck a wrench in there, and now we have a completely useless plastic wrench. But, I mean, it actually works. Look at that. I mean, it copies it exactly, and this moves in and out just like it would on the real wrench.
And this is the magic thing about it. Where the little wrench features that he was showing there, they were printed in place, assembled. And this machine actually has some supports. They're called soluble supports. They're made out of material that will dissolve in a special bath. And all the things that are delicately assembled can be temporarily held by these supports. And then when you wash them away, the parts actually work.
Here's an actual whole steam engine they made. See, you know the D valve I just showed you? There it is right there. See, it slides back and forward. The way a steam engine works is it slides here, lets steam in, pushes the piston down, D valve moves up, and goes back and forward like that.
This thing was made as a complete assembly. There was no assembly work afterward.
Yeah, that's pretty
because
amazing.
It's all made on one shot.
Yeah, pretty amazing.
Just imagine with me here for a moment where this technology will be 20 years from now. It'll be 1,000 times more complex, and it'll only cost a couple $100. One of my mantras on PogoBat as of late has been that we live in the age of decentralization. How a 17-year-old kid in his mom's basement in Nebraska can launch a media career, blah, 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 blah. But we're not talking about the decentralization of media here. We're talking about the decentralization of manufacturing. The very thing that led to the Industrial Revolution. The Industrial Revolution being the one thing we can point to more than anything else to explain why the world today exists the way that it does today. This is some fundamental shit. When every household has a nanoscale 3D printer in their living room, when you can download open source designs for electronics, clothing, furniture, food, anything, and print it from home, what happens to manufacturing jobs? What happens to truckers who no longer have anything to truck? What happens to stores that no longer have anything to sell? What happens to our entire economy? I mean, yes, it will be an amazing development, but we're seeing the development of amazing technologies, but also very disruptive technologies, disruptive to everything that we currently understand about the way that an economy works. So, I mean, I'm a little bit worried. If technology continues to change faster and faster, some of these changes could catch us a little flat-footed and throw things into chaos. I don't know. What do you think? Leave a video response.